and welcome to this online course from Horse Conversations. In this online course, we're going to talk about understanding horses and understanding horsemanship, because I believe that you are the best trainer for your horse. In part 1, we're going to talk about horse psychology, the brain and its body. And I also put a human brain here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the human brain as well, because the human brain and the horse brain are not that different as we might think. And next is the limbic system, and this is the most interesting and important part of the brain when we talk about comparison, but also about how animals experience the world and how we can learn to understand them more. It's pretty clear that horses and other animals do not have this, not to this extent. So, like lying and faking and all these things takes up a lot of prefrontal capacity, which animals probably cannot do. With horses, it's a lot different. Horses do not see necessarily better than humans, but they see more. They have a horizontal pupil, which make a horizontal sight to have a better understanding. I have made this illustration where we can take the quadrants and make it a little bit more like a broad concept and not like a technical instruction. So when we interact with other beings and horses, we can think of action and outcome. We always react on each other. There's the action and then there's a reaction, and it goes back and forth. Their whole expression, their body movements and postures are communication signals. So behavior is communication. So the face expression is one big communicator with us and with horses. So horses do have a lot of face expressions more than dogs, and we can learn to read them. Pain face in this case is mostly for physical pain, but if a horse has emotional trauma, you can see most of these signs as well, depending on the trigger and the situation the horse is in. Okay, let's look at a video I took a while ago from Dexter. At this time he was 2 years old, and so if I step towards the horse, towards his column, this line will yield him outside, and if I turn inwards or go backwards, I will turn this spine towards me, so I will draw. And of course you can do that with higher energy and higher gaze as well. To understand what's happening first, we can look at the chain we are creating for positive reinforcement. Eventually I wanted him to put his nose inside the halter, so I transitioned my hand target a little bit downwards and clicked and treated him for putting his nose into the halter. What is problem behavior and how can we analyze and resolve it? And especially, it's always the question, what is the cause? So mostly we just look at the behavior and think, oh, that's a problem. But we rarely think about what happened before. Where is it coming from? So if you talk about problem behavior, this homework must be done before we can do training, before we can do these practical active exercises.